Good morning, everyone. I'm a minute late to a date. It is Wednesday. What is Wednesday, everyone? Do you know what Wednesday is? I'll tell you what Wednesday is. Is it hump day? Is it hump day? My friend Trevor thinks it's hump day. I don't think it's hump day. For me, it's more good news day. Wednesday's more good news day. I love Wednesday because it's just more good news. Getting through the middle of the day. Happy Wednesday. More good news day. Trifecta. Welcome, my friend. Greg Connolly is here. We'll get you in about 3 minutes. Let's answer a few questions. Hump day. It's good news day. More good news day. Nicki, sorry I won't be seeing you today. It is Miles' birthday today. Thank you, Colleen. He is 11, my lucky number. I was born on 111, and Miles is my youngest son. So it's a very special day. And I woke up to even more exciting things. My boy Gary V reached out, and I'm going to be speaking with him. We're going to be at the No Bull Conference in April 8th. Come and join us or see us. It's the first live event that I'm doing in a long time. So can't think of a better person to do it with than the incredible Gary Vaynerchuk, who is a mensch, just a great guy. If you don't believe what you see, believe what you see, because he is the real deal. All right. Anyway, let's take this to the next level. Are you excited for March Madness? Let me tell you about March Madness. I think it's the best 2 minutes in basketball. If you watch the last 2 minutes of all these games, you will be so happy and fulfilled. I also know very little about basketball, being 5'7" and not very good. But somehow I win a lot of brackets. I have for years. I've won thousands and thousands of dollars. Peed off a lot of my friends because they don't see it coming. And I don't win the I don't win the football stuff. Fantasy, I don't think I've ever won. I've been in one championship in all these years. Know everything. I'm a student of the game. Played through college. Hall of Famers all around me, but for some reason I can win those brackets. Alrighty, and also statistically, perfect bracket is like 1 trillion to 1 or something ridiculous. It's one of the hardest things to do to have a perfect bracket, and that's why Rocket Mortgage had that great campaign. Anyway, you have any questions, just reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com. Training this Friday, you're going to love it. It's innovators versus entrepreneurs. You want to know how to take your possibilities, the probabilities, and your probabilities to perspective to your reality. You want to make money off a good idea. Come to training on Friday. If you miss it, it's on Spotify, Entrepreneur, Apple, Google, The Playbook. Download it. One of the top podcasts in the world, The Playbook. If you haven't listened to it, download it. You'll love it. All right, let's bring on my friend, Gary Connolly from Trifecta. The Trifecta, the perfect right to your door. I'm a huge fan. Love it. Nice, healthy, delicious meals. There he is. Hey, Gary.
Hey, dude, how are you?
I am good. I am good. I am so, it's rare that I actually, there's a company called Elevate that has like a mood enhancing, and it was a product that I already used. And then they became friends. They came on and so Trifecta is that type of company for me where, I didn't know you, I knew the company. I was, and my wife, been customers and just absolutely love the product, the customer service, even if things go wrong, which, sometimes they do. I always determine the quality of a company by when things don't go right, how they handled it. And one of our deliveries, something went wrong, and you guys were awesome. So I think you're the largest organic meal delivery service, and you have so many different options. But I have to tell everyone before I let you speak, the stuff just tastes good. So I don't care about anything else. It's just delicious and it's healthy. And how can you beat that? Anyway, thanks for joining me. I want to talk and start with, how has the market changed as obviously COVID hit? You were sitting in a perfect spot.
Hey, David. Yeah, no, appreciate you having me on. And yes, COVID was a big change in the overall landscape. Obviously, we're an e-commerce company selling direct to consumers, so there were definitely some tailwinds for us. But like you said, we're a good tasting but health food company. And as you can imagine, with the gyms closing, and a lot of people were kind of struggling to stick to their diet through the pandemic. So I definitely think there were some headwinds and some tailwinds for sure, but it's been a great challenge for us and learning experience to get through. It's been a year at this point of us being in the pandemic, and California is finally pulling out of it, so we love seeing it.
Absolutely. And you've been able to partner with some of the greatest sports organizations, and I think it's a testament to not only the quality, because, look, there's a ton of health supplies out there. I'm in this space. I can tell you every day somebody's hitting me up with a supplement, with meal services, but there's just so many, but very few, taste good, and even fewer have great customer service. How important is the taste of the product? And do you think that's the distinguishing factor of you being one of the fastest growing companies in this space?
I think taste is critical for Americans, absolutely, and we want to have a huge amount of variety as well to make the taste something that rotates. So people don't want to eat the same thing day after day, and the same goes for a lot of the sports organizations and celebrities and celebrity athletes we work with. Probably the most famous program we ran was the UFC's entire nutrition program. But we did the same thing for the PGA Tour. We've catered the CrossFit Games multiple times. A lot of different sports organizations that we work directly with the league as well as the athletes. And, as you can imagine, if you're a celebrity athlete, you can, probably afford a personal chef. And we have to compete with that. So we have to have, phenomenal food. And then oftentimes we have executive chefs on the ground at, Fight Island or, any one of these locations. So yeah, the taste is a big piece. The variety is a big piece. But I'd say our differentiator is probably the fact that we save people time. I know you briefly mentioned the No Bull conference. I'm doing a speech at that as well. And Gary Vee, Gary Vee talked about the businesses that are going to win in the next 10 years are the ones that are able to sell customers their time back. And that's something that we really focus on. We're the most convenient option out there, even more convenient than DoorDash or Grubhub. The food's fully cooked and already in your fridge, vacuum sealed and ready to eat. So it takes 2 to 5 minutes to prepare. So that's what I would say is probably our big differentiator is the convenience. And then, we count all the calories and macros for you in advance.
Yeah, I think it takes me 3 minutes because I like my food really hot. It takes my wife 2.5 minutes time, and it's just so easy, so fresh, and tastes so good. Now, I also want to give a testimonial to one thing. If you're dealing with the UFC, one of the toughest guys that I know to please, and the straightest shooter, I think, Gary's, and I are doing stuff at No Bull together. We're gonna do 2 keynotes and a fireside chat, and he's No Bull. She's straightforward, but even more straightforward than Gary is Forrest at the UFC Performance Center. Forrest Griffin, man, if you could pass his criteria, that is the guy you want talking for you, because I've never seen someone just tell it like it is, like Forrest does, and he's very, very critical, and he's a tough nut to crack when it comes to that. Now, one of the other things. You're a great entrepreneur. You've had 2 exits, 18 years overnight success as usual, like every other entrepreneur. Everyone thinks it's 18 days, but no, it takes a long time. It's about 18, I call it 17 and a half years. But in that 18 years that you've been an entrepreneur, I've seen food go from medicinal, like the natural food, into we're poisoning ourselves. One of the biggest things with obesity, just with the food that is supplied to us, we've moved from food used to be medicinal, and then now has been disease, and we won't name any of the bags of whatever it is or fast food drive-thrus that have created a disease, and they feed us disease every day instead of medicine. You've shifted that paradigm back. Your food is medicinal. It is actually something that enhances our health. It doesn't interrupt or interfere with it. How critical is that portion of the business? And have you seen this pendulum swinging back to people realizing, hey, I am what I eat?
hmm No, it's a great question, and being a multi-time entrepreneur with Trifecta, I really wanted to start a mission-driven business. A business that was trying to solve a major problem. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk inspire me, where he's out there. Yeah, he's making a bunch of money. Neck and neck with Bezos for richest man on earth, but he's also solving major problems with electric cars and making us a two-planet species. So with Trifecta, when we launched the company, it was really with a very singular mission to get America back into shape. And like you said, this isn't a problem we've had forever. We've been out of shape as a nation and really a world now for about 40 years or so. And we think the solution is a market-based solution like Trifecta, where we're able to really provide direct action to make people healthy again. My wife happens to be an ER physician. She sees people at the kind of final stages of the chronic disease crisis, and it's just something that was very near and dear to my heart. A problem that every single one of us struggle with. It's hard to make the right eating decision 3 times a day, especially as an entrepreneur. This job is high stress. You got a bunch of stuff you're taking care of on a day-to-day basis. I mean, and it's and yeah, we fed everybody from some of the most famous entrepreneurs out there. Gary Vee's wife was ordering for a long time. Damon John hit me up. He ordered for quite a while. So yeah, it's really about helping people with this specific problem, which is making them the healthiest version of themselves, and they end up succeeding in all other areas of their life, their career, their relationships. They feel great. Like you don't think about your energy level very much, but that's something that's mission critical for people as well. And then obviously their health outcomes, which was even more exacerbated with COVID-19. If you had diabetes, you were really in trouble if you got COVID-19. So it's been something that I think is a real big driver behind the company. And, for your audience, which is largely entrepreneurs, like starting a mission-driven company that is designed to help people in some way, the money will come automatically. If you're solving a problem and helping people, Trifecta's in the 9 figures in revenue at this point. We're in the hundreds of millions, but it's because we help hundreds of thousands of Americans live better lives. The money will come automatically if you're really genuinely helping people and genuinely care about them.
You're a true case study for everything I teach. And one of the things that really ran a chord to me is, I teach discipline. I teach consistent, persistent behavior. I am always telling people my superpower is I'm probably one of the most consistent people, and you can see it through my content, right? I'm there. It's just who I am. And I will tell you the greatest challenge I have in being consistent is eating, like you said, it just hit me when you said one of the hardest things to do is eat right 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
And especially as an entrepreneur, especially when I was traveling, 200 days a year, to be able to do that. And so, I love a business. I would assume that Trifecta means that you're going to have the trifecta of 3 great companies, and this is your 3rd one. So I'll leave that. You're there at 9 figures. So I'm so looking forward to meeting you in person. I know we're going to do some more content, some more interviews together there at the No Bull Conference. I can't wait to hear you speak as well. Obviously, a topic and an issue for all entrepreneurs. You got, too many people fuel their Ferraris better than they fuel themselves.
Exactly.
And I believe that paradigm shift. And I don't even need the Ferrari anymore. I just fuel myself. I'll leave it with this too. Check out Trifecta, trifectanutrition.com. Remember this, it is at Trifecta on Instagram. Remember this, if you're not healthy, well, first of all, if you are healthy, you get 1,000 wishes a day. So Trifecta gives you 1,000 wishes a day. And if you're not healthy, you only have 1 wish. So use Trifecta, have 1,000 wishes a day. And that's what you're really providing to everyone, is the ability to wish for what they want and manifest it in the same, with the energy and the nutrition necessary to get there. Thanks so much, Gary. Greg, I really appreciate it. The name butcher hit again. Greg Connolly, thank you so much. I'll see you in Syracuse.
Sounds good. Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Awesome company. Check it out, Trifecta. Obviously, they're everywhere. I didn't realize how successful they were. I thought they were 8 figures. Man, getting to 9 figures is the real deal. Uh, I've lost that in my life. I know what a real deal that is. Woo! Trifecta, check it out. Greg Connolly at Trifecta, trifectanutrition.com. All right, let's take a quick question, and then my friend Peter is going to come on and get into asking me a quick question as well. Let's go here. How important is prioritizing my health? You know, until 2.5 years ago, I prioritized my family, then the activity I got paid for, then my health. And then I learned if you're not healthy, you only have one wish. When you are healthy, it's 1,000 wishes per day. That's what Trifecta will bring to you. And it is prioritized as a non-negotiable in my life. In order to hit those 3 meals, in order to exercise, meditate, stretch, all the things necessary, it has to be a non-negotiable, a minimum of an hour a day on your health, 7 days a week. Go on vacation, learn to love taking care of yourself, full in your own Ferrari. And don't worry about the other one. All right, cool. Hopefully Peter is here. I'll take another question if he's not. What makes a great coach? What makes a great coach is someone that can bring the best out of you. So a great mentor will share their wisdom, their relationship, their situational knowledge, their dummy tax. But a coach will bring the best out of you. We're going to bring on Peter here. He has a quick question for me. We're going to go live with Peter. Thank you for joining me, Peter. Peter Schaumer here. He's a physical therapist and entrepreneur. Good morning, Peter. How are you?
Good morning. Good, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. This has been a much better week on Instagram. Last week I was having trouble getting everyone to go live with me. Everyone's updated their software. You came right on. I was hoping maybe you give me just a quick little background and then a question.
Sure, yeah. So basically my background is I've been a physical therapist for 19 years. Unfortunately, I lost my job in November last year. So I've been looking at new business opportunities. And the main one I'm concentrating on right now is working as an electronic payments broker. So in other words, setting up merchant accounts for people to be able to save them money and get them paid quicker. So this whole social media thing is completely new to me. And I'm trying to figure out what to do, and especially things like getting my Instagram bio set up properly, how to do that.
I love that. So, and more people of our traditional experience are moving to social media. And the first lesson of social media is it's a tool for amplification.
Mhm.
It's not a source for me. And I think that's the advantage that people like you and I have over a 19-year-old posting videos on TikTok. If
Sure.
you're posting videos on somewhere as a source, then you're really an entertainer. You can deal in product placement, but you're not going to empower, inspire, educate anyone, and you will not engage them as an ambassador, someone that will be part of your community to do things. So what I do is shift the paradigm of people like you to have a different perspective. Your real value is your capabilities, your skills, your knowledge, and your desire, which far exceeds any 19-year-old. In fact, you've mentioned you've had 19 years of experience in one profession even. So how could a 19-year-old have that much stored up in them to share of quantitative value? So what we
Exactly.
want to do is amplify that via in person, on the phone, email, and of course social media. So
Mhm.
what we want to do is post our best quotes. We want to share our greatest ideas, and we want to do it and this is where the 19-year-old has a huge advantage over us. We want to do it all the time
Mhm.
uh, because let me just say old guys like us, we cannot fathom how big the market is. We
Right.
just can't fathom how big it is. We've been so trained and disciplined to sell to 300,000 people and thinking that we'll never have to work again as long as we keep serving the 300,000 people we have access to. So we really can't comprehend 4.6 billion people with no barrier of entry. With no barrier of entry. You just post up those great ideas of yours. So until your family and friends start complaining to you that you're posting too much, you haven't even hit the minimum.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is write down your lessons the big lessons for your business, for your life. I want you to tell those lessons with the best stories you have, which gives us a huge leg up because old guys like us, we paid the dummy tax. We know more lessons than anyone, and we have more stories to tell than anyone. And
Yeah.
people love stories and they love lessons, and they will engage with you. They will become your community, and then you'll be able to provide them that value because you'll have the credibility of, look, I have the best merchant service opportunity for you because one, I save you my money, and two, I pay you quicker. I got that right away. That's the value that you provide. You just need the eyeballs of an engaged community in order to effectuate growing that business at an exponential rate. And if you understand the shift in the paradigm that the social media is just the amplifier of your lessons and stories, then you'll kill it and allow it to happen. Does that sound fair?
Sounds great. So be real, be raw, in other words.
You be yourself. You are your own frequency. You're your own fingerprint. You are a unique content yourself, and no one has all the lessons and stories and situational knowledge, experience, and network that you have. If you want any help, you'd be a perfect candidate to join one of my private coaching groups that we meet every week. You're perfect candidate. I know I see some people up there. Give a thumbs up for anyone in my group that would like to have Peter join us. But email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you want to join one of my private groups. We meet every week. You get one-on-one help with me, networking. You'll love it. Okay, Peter?
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You
Appreciate
got
it.
it, my friend. Congrats. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. You can't buy it. You got to pay for it. All right, everyone. YouTube is an excellent platform to teach people best play. Look at all the thumbs up for the private group. Frank and Nikki and Joanne, Jakey Bakey, David and D. Meltzer, Christina. Yes, it's incredible. Christina, you're the best. I acknowledge you, and you're worthy of everything that you have received and will receive. All righty, let's keep this party rocking. You know what Wednesday is, everyone? You know what Wednesday is? No, no, no. It's not hump day. It's more good news day. Wednesday is more good news day. I'm Mikey Momola, CEO of Media Abundance, partner of mine in New York City. Can't wait for that Hudson Yards office to open back up. Jesus, part of the private group. Big thumbs up. What's one class that all high schoolers should take? Typing. Typing. Absolutely. The faster you can type, it is a skill set. And then history. Study history in order to figure out human nature. All of these are great courses to take. And then anything in the arts to create science fiction, anything that's reading science fiction, anything that's going to allow us to use the creativity, the expansive nature. And then if there's any entrepreneurial classes, you can come to Dave Meltzer E-School. Forget B-School, come to Dave Meltzer E-School. It's free. You can come here every day and come to E-School with me. It's better than the B-School. You'll love it. It's free. And so that helps as well. Expression is the key. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Here we go. What do you do to motivate yourself when you feel like you're in a slump? First of all, I separate motivation and inspiration. I motivate myself when I'm feeling down. I'm feeling interference from what I know I'm connected to and through. And I use motivation to get up, get back up, get started, get back started. Then I use the 5 daily practices in order to stay inspired through the day, to suck in as much of the light, the love, and the lessons that I know I am connected to and through, and utilizing that in the best of my ability. And so I think understanding the difference between motivation and inspiration, utilizing the 5 daily practices. If you want, I have an exercise I can give to you on the 5 daily practices. You can look up my video on 5 daily practices. It's search.dmeltzer.com. I have a personal search engine, so you can just put in 5 daily practices, and all my videos will teach you as well, and get them all aggregated for you. Why don't we post up there, search.dmeltzer.com for everyone. Execution is the key. Here we go. Let me take one more question, and then I'm going to bring on Snoop. That's right. Here we go. Next question. Thoughts on using breathing techniques or breath work? Big fan, Wim Hof, been on my playbook. Download that one. It's a good one. Entrepreneur, Spotify, Google, iTunes. Just check it out. It's one of the top downloads. Wim Hof is actually one of the most downloaded episodes of my 700 on there. But unbelievable. Breathing breaks us down to center and to neutral. It's part of my stop, drop, and roll attitude here. Looking for Snoop in here. Oh, good morning, my man. Here we go. I'm going to go live. Here we are. Snoop Dillard at Holes Snoop, CEO of Dillard Hospitality Group. Good morning. Here she is. Hello. I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Oh, you know what I always say? I want everybody to remember this. I'm doing great. I want everybody to learn. Never say sorry to Dave Meltzer. Always just say thank you for your patience.
Okay. All right.
Well, Snoop, I want to talk about your hospitality business. It's been growing, the salon suites that you have, utilizing charity in its proper way. Give me a little bit of background on Dillard Hospitality.
Sure. So Dillard Hospitality is a company that I formed about 5 or 6 years ago, and we own 5 restaurants and lounges here in the metro Atlanta area, as well as 3 salon suites. 4 of those restaurants I own with the Grammy Award-winning rapper 2 Chainz, and they keep me very, very busy and on my toes.
Well, I bet they do. And another Atlanta rapper is a friend of mine, Little John. So I've
Oh,
spent
okay.
I've spent some time with John and those guys, and actually have frequented. Now, how has COVID hit your business there in Atlanta?
Honestly, we've been pretty blessed here in Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the cities that you see kind of being the butt of so many jokes as to, whether or not COVID even exists here because, we've been open for so long. But we were closed for only about 30 days when COVID first, touched down. We actually ended up opening back up April 30th of last year. And we've been pretty much fully open ever since. The governor today actually just lifted all of the restrictions off of restaurants and lounges and businesses in the hospitality industry. So being that that has been the case, we've had a lot of people that have been traveling here and, greater numbers than before patronizing the restaurants. It has been just somewhat of a challenge to try to take on the responsibility of stopping the spread of COVID ourselves, being that we are fully open. And so, we have had to put in some measures in place on our own in order to do so.
Which is really smart. Now, where did the name Snoop come from? Because I got a lot of people up there. My other friend, where did the name Snoop come from?
It's just a nickname that was given to me actually by myself, just because I'm very laid back. I have a lot of similarities with the rapper Snoop. I'll just say that.
Well, then I love you even more because he's one of my favorite people, and he's just
Yes.
a good-hearted, kind person like yourself. Now, you're in my life haven't always been easy, especially when we were young. And you yourself, you were a teenage mother,
Yes.
and
Yes.
actually took a different route than most teenage mothers. Maybe you could share with us the route and decision-making process that you took as a teenage mom.
Absolutely. So I got pregnant the first time I had sex. I know some people say that, but it
Yeah,
actually did happen to
it's
me.
actually true.
It's actually true. It does happen. And, I was so scared, I made a decision to hide the pregnancy, from my entire family. So my mom didn't find out until I was 7 months. My daughter was in foster care for the first 4 years of her life. I eventually was able to be blessed enough to get her back after that. And she's been in my life ever since, just being an inspiration to me and helping push me into the success that I have today. I still ended up graduating from Vanderbilt University at the age of 20, and, you know, raising my daughter as well with the help of my family. So was able to turn it into a blessing, which I know that, you know, some people aren't able to do. So definitely very humbled by that.
Yeah, well, I'm humbled by that story because, you know, someone who mom forced education upon myself and my siblings, you know, and understanding what it takes just to graduate from a school like Vanderbilt, what it takes just to get into the school like Vanderbilt,
Oh, yeah.
let alone to be a mother. You know, that's an extraordinary effort and you deserve extraordinary praise. And I think people can, I'm always looking for women. I have 3 daughters myself that I can look to.
Oh,
I call them,
awesome.
I call
Girls
them
dad.
milestones. I'm a girl dad. Although I have one boy and today's his birthday on St. Patty's Day. He's 11.
Oh,
My
nice,
my
nice.
3
Happy birthday
teenage
to him.
daughters. But you know what's interesting for women is that I'm a milestone person. So my business partner is Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon, and I
Okay.
always tell him, I said, what makes you so significant is you're a milestone for all. You know, I love seeing all these contracts, you know, with minority quarterbacks that get to play in the NFL. You know, my friend Warren had to play 6 years in Canada because they didn't think that black quarterbacks could play in the NFL. But he was a milestone. So kids, when they saw Warren Moon play for the Houston Oilers or Kansas City or Seattle or Minnesota, setting every record ever created, they could say to themselves, I can not
I can do
only,
it.
right, but even better, right? When they see Snoop, you know, my daughters see Snoop, they say to themselves, wow, if she can go to Vanderbilt, graduate at 20, have a successful business and be a mom and all, wait a second, I can even do better, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I always say one of the greatest things I have is I'm not very talented, I'm not very good looking, I'm not very tall, I'm not very athletic, but people can look at me and say, oh my gosh, if that guy can do it, right? I'm a
Mhm,
milestone
mhm.
because
Yeah.
I'm not ready. See, my problem with like LeBron, all the guys I hang out with, right? If you see LeBron James, a kid see LeBron James, it's hard for him to use LeBron James as a milestone because he's so extraordinary.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
when you get normal people with normal problems that
mhm.
end up being very successful, I think everybody can utilize us as those milestones. For you, and the journey that you have, you're at an age and a place of success. You're probably looking at the legacy that you're creating. If I was
Yeah.
going to ask you what legacy you'd like to leave, what would be from those lessons you've learned the legacy that you'd like to leave now?
The legacy that I would like to leave is just showing that number one, you can overcome adversity. Two, you can do business the right way and still be successful. I think so many people feel like you have to cut corners and um, you know, just when you're hustling and really trying to get out there, you know, and they don't do things the right way. But that's the legacy that I want to leave. Is, you know, uh, one of the ladies that I just did a business consultation with. She's chiming in, but yeah, generational wealth. You know, breaking generational curses. And for me, you know, I'm doing that for my family. You know, I'm the first millionaire in my family. I'm the first person to be very open about some of the challenges that I've had to overcome to get where I am. And I think, like you were saying, that's so important because when people are able to see people that they can relate to, and then when you share that story with them, it just inspires others to do so. And so that's what I'm all about, is inspiring other people and kind of helping lay out that blueprint so that others can get to where I am and further along as well.
I love that. You know, I'm on a mission in my life, and my legacy is to empower over 1 billion people to be happy, to make a
Nice.
lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. And when I found your story and found you, I said, here's a woman that makes a lot of money, helps a lot of people, and has a lot of fun with her life. And I know that she can be one of the 1,000 people in my life to empower 1,000, to empower 1,000. You know, I didn't go to Vanderbilt, but I know math. 1,000 times 1,000 is a million, a million times 1,000 is a billion. People
Right.
like you and I, we can change the world together just by utilizing and illuminating what we've learned and helping lift other people up. I love what you say because, you know, early in my career, I was a typical business person. I was a liar, a cheater, manipulator, overseller, and back-end seller. I was taking shortcuts and
Yep.
cutting the line. And I go back to the simple thing, man. If you cut the line, sooner or later, they're going to make you go back to the end of the line and start over.
Yep. It's
And
not going
but
to
I
last if you don't do it the right way.
got to do it the right way to be abundant, to be of service and provide value, and the money will come. Always do your best, learn your lessons, and enjoy yourself. And you are an icon for those three attributes, and a testament to what not only entrepreneurs can do, but minority and women and every other thing that you've challenged and faced, from a teenage mom to, you know, your own beliefs. And just, I'm so proud of you, and anything I can do. Everyone needs to reach out. Let's all go meet up in Atlanta. There's plenty of different spots. It's
let's meet up in Atlanta at Escobar.
I love it. I will absolutely. I'll be there soon. I got so many good friends out there that we probably share. You're like, oh, I know Hannibal Navies. Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have to reach out to me the next time you come to Atlanta for sure.
Oh, for sure. You are my kind of peeps, and I love anyone named Snoop. I only know two, but I'm all over it. Whole Snoop and DillardHospitality.com. Check out all of her places, and young women especially out there. This is a milestone, legacy, iconic woman that you need to follow. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Dave. You guys can follow me at Who is Snoop and check out my website, whoissnoop.com. Thanks, Dave. Have a good one.
You guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in Atlanta.
All right. Thanks.
Right on. She's amazing. Amazing. Oh, wow. All amazing people today. All amazing people. Greg, Peter, and Snoop. Snoop Dillard, I got to say, you topped it all. What an incredible... I'm still like blown away when people tell me, why me? And then you see a woman like that just says, try me. Try me, mofo. You know, try me. You're going to give this to me? Try me. Unbelievable. Everyone's enjoying that. So let's make it more Good News Wednesday. It is not a why me Wednesday. It is a try me Wednesday. Only more good news coming for all of us. We are all going to do our best. We're all going to learn lessons, and we're all going to have fun. I want to send a special shout out to my baby boy. He's 11 today. Miles, I don't know if you'll see this or hear this, but everyone else will. I love you. Happy birthday. All right. Be kind to your future self. Do good deeds. I'll see you later. Peace.